In 2025, the U.S. government made global headlines by ordering citizens from 7 countries to leave its borders, an unprecedented move that upended thousands of lives. This wasn't a quiet policy shift. It was a sweeping, controversial act that sparked fierce debate about security, politics, and human rights. In this video, we'll break down the top 7 countries most affected and the complex reasons behind each decision. Let's dive in. Number 7 is Iran, a nation locked in a tense standoff with the U.S. for decades. Years of nuclear disputes, sanctions, and cyber attacks set the stage for the 2025 expulsion order. The U.S. cited national security, fearing infiltration and espionage. But for Iranian students, engineers, and families in America, it was a devastating blow, lives uprooted by politics they couldn't control. Many had fled Iran's regime for freedom, only to be caught in a new crossfire. It's a stark reminder international conflict can shatter ordinary lives. At number 6, North Korea, a country with few citizens in the U.S., most of them defectors. Decades of nuclear threats and collapsed diplomacy led to the expulsion, justified by fears of espionage and sleeper agents. Ironically, those forced to leave had risked everything to escape Pyongyang's regime. The policy punished the very people who had fled oppression. Sometimes security measures have tragic, unintended consequences. Number 5 is Russia, where tensions with the U.S. reached Cold War levels over Ukraine, cyber attacks, and election interference. The expulsion order targeted not just diplomats, but thousands of ordinary Russians, students, tech workers, and families. Many had left Russia to escape the Kremlin's policies, only to face exile again. The U.S. argued it was about reducing Moscow's intelligence footprint, but for those affected, it meant being sent back to a country they no longer called home. Geopolitics can turn lives upside down in an instant. At number 4 is China, America's biggest rival in tech, trade, and global influence. A wave of espionage cases and rising suspicion led to the mass expulsion of Chinese nationals. The U.S. cited national security, but the policy swept up students, researchers, and families with no ties to the Chinese state. It fractured one of America's largest immigrant communities and risked alienating a generation of talent. The line between security and discrimination blurred. Rivalry at the top can have real consequences on the ground. Number 3 is Syria, a nation devastated by civil war and extremism. The U.S. justified the expulsion by citing terrorism risks and the chaos of ongoing conflict. Most Syrians in America were refugees, having survived years of vetting to escape violence. For them, the order felt like a betrayal. Sent back to danger after finally finding safety, security concerns overshadowed compassion. Sometimes the victims of war pay the highest price for global fears. At number 2, Venezuela, a country in economic and political freefall. The U.S. cited instability and lack of cooperation from Caracas as reasons for expulsion. Hundreds of thousands of Venezuelans, many fleeing persecution and collapse, faced deportation. The policy contradicted America's condemnation of Venezuela's crisis, sending people back to the chaos they'd escaped. For many, it felt like abandonment. Humanitarian ideals clashed with hardline policy. Number 1 is Cuba, America's oldest adversary, just 90 miles away. Decades of embargoes, sanctions, and distrust culminated in the harshest expulsion order yet. The U.S. cited security threats and Cuba's alliances with rivals. For Cuban Americans, it was a painful echo of past exiles, families torn apart, dreams deferred. The community, deeply woven into U.S. society, faced chaos and heartbreak. History repeated itself with new scars. The 2025 expulsion order reshaped lives and global politics, deepening divides and straining alliances. It raised questions about America's role in the world and the human cost of security. Policies like this remind us how quickly the world can change and how ordinary people bear the brunt. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching.